Strong-Wall, baby. First time I've seen one of these. Hope it makes up for this weak-ass wall. Look at how far this is overhanging. 2.5 inches. On a 3-story condo. These strong walls are something else, man. You've got the strength of shear wall packed into 12 inches. 12-inch wide. Imagine being able to use 12-inch wide shear walls on a 3-story structure. They've got it bolted in here, but they forgot their bolt over here. Or just couldn't get to it. Trust me, it's not there. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it ain't there. Because I stuck my finger back there, and I could tell. But that ain't the only one. They got bolts in place here. That one looks awesome. But no washer. What's that doing? What's that gonna do? What's that gonna do if this thing rotates? If there's uplift? Nothing. Nothing. It's a nice strong wall. It's a very strong wall. Oh, I like this strong wall. Here's the other thing though. They furred it out. They furred out the wall for the strong wall. So the top plate is not connected to the actual exterior wall. So how's that gonna hold? So if the house moves, this moves independently. It doesn't look like it's even attached. It doesn't look like it's lapped here, and it's certainly not lapped here at the top plate. So how does that work? How is that holding down? You got half your attachment here. And yeah, you got it screwed in to this stack of plates. But then how's this whole furred out assembly attached to that wall? I don't know. I don't know. Now this big mamma jamma, look at this. Isn't this beautiful? It's like a 7/8 inch bolt that they put in here. This you don't need a washer for that. It's so massive. So this one's not furred out. This was inside the wall assembly, this exterior wall assembly. I love strong wall, man. I love it. I love it. First time seeing it. It's commercial construction, you know, so you're more likely to see it here. But I love it if it's done right. If it's done right. If it is done right. If it's attached to a wall that's done right. Look at that, man. 3 stories. 3 stories. Bearing on what? Bearing on that? So you guys want to hear something funny? After I filmed that video, I went upstairs and started doing my thing up on the 2nd story. I hear somebody down here tooling around and making notes into their phone, that kind of thing. I think, all right, must be another inspector. And so after about 5 minutes being upstairs, they come up and I see him, and it's this third party, builder's third party inspector. I recognize him, seen him before, but we don't know each other. But real nice guy, we start talking. I said, hey man, I want your opinion. I want your opinion on these Simpson Strong-Walls. And he didn't know what I was talking about. And I mean, I understand it's a fairly new product on the market, and I live, eat, breathe this nerdy stuff. I mean, you know, so I've done my research on it. Anyway, so I said, hey, come down here. I know you're busy, but if you got 2 minutes, let me ask you your opinion on this. And he came down here, and so I asked him about the strong wall. He said, oh yeah, I've seen these a few times here and there. You know, I figure, well, it must be good to go. And I said, right, but here's what I'm seeing. And I showed him the missing bolt, and I showed him the bolt with the washer that is, you know, down inside. And I showed him the wall, this wall that's totally hanging off. And when I come back down, he said, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. He stayed down here a few more minutes. I went back upstairs. And when I came back, he had noted all the stuff that I had told him. He came back in and noted it for the builder to add all this stuff that I told him about. I just didn't catch it, I guess. So, which, you know, no inspector's gonna catch everything, right? But I mean, come on. Support plate. There he goes, pin. That's something I didn't catch. He's right. He should have done that. I'll go ahead and add that to my report. You know what though? It's teamwork. Teamwork. Every inspector is going to miss things that the other inspector's going to catch. So when you've got multiple inspectors on the same job, you're usually going to overlap, I want to say 85, 90%. So, but I just thought that was funny. So I'm sitting here putting my report together this evening here on the couch at home. And there's some things, I'm doing a lot of research on these Simpson Strong-Walls, and there's some awesome stuff about these strong walls that I realized were just done wrong on that job. And so I'm having to change up some of those items that I called out. Take a look at this stuff. Do you guys ever read the ESR reports? The ICC evaluation reports? They're fascinating. They go into all kinds of detail how these code approved products should be installed. And this is what makes them code approved is this report right here. So let's scroll down here to page 20. This is one of the things I wanted to show you right here. So one thing I noticed is that on one of those jobs, one of those installations, there's this stack of plates that they installed. And here it says for shim blocking, you got to have a strap. A special strap for between 8 inches and 12 inches of blocking. You got to have a strap. So that's something that I'm calling out now that I didn't realize was the case then. Then scooting down to the anchorage. This has its own special bolts. These bolts come, look how deep they go. These bolts come with the assembly, and they're wet set into the foundation. The ones that we were seeing, the ones that I saw, looked like they were drilled and either glued in or some sort of compression fitting garbage. Look at how deep this is. Look at that. Look how deep that is. That's huge, and they have to be, because if you look at this assembly down into the foundation, it's got two nuts. It's got this set nut there at the bottom, and this other one on top. And look at the size of, like, 3/4 inch nut or a 1 inch nut. A huge big mamma jamma. Not at all, and that's why we were seeing those others pop out. That's why we're seeing these pop through, because obviously they've got the wrong threaded rod in there, the wrong bolt, and the wrong size nut, because there's just no way that's big enough. Look at the size of the holes that has to cover. So even here, like for example, where they have the washer on there, there's no washer in the manufacturer's instructions. No sirree, Bob. So, man, and this is what I love about this job, is digging through the weeds, digging through the details, and finding all kinds of stuff that I just didn't know about. So I'm adding, there's like 4 deficiencies that have to do with the Simpson Strong-Wall installation going on here, and I'll know for the next time. So this is awesome. I think as far as an inspection report goes, this is a big win as far as a find. Sucks for my client, man. Sucks for my client, and it's going to suck for the builder, because they're going to have to come fix all this.